Hello, my friend.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Pernille,
Good
and
to
thank
see you.
you
Yeah.
for doing this. It's very helpful. It's also challenging. I had some stuff I wanted to look into with you and some questions from Friday 2 weeks ago, but now I think I just want to start with what's coming up today and maybe see where that goes. And so the root canal and the warm bath.
Yeah.
That's always my alarm clock is ringing. And yeah, I think that will lead actually to what I want to look in with you as well, maybe a bit in a circle. So the identification, the first feather, I think I've seen through. And when I started, I always thought, like, if I see through, that means that will not play anymore. And I realized that's not so. So I'm still on the playground, but I see it's a game. And then when it comes to this root canal warm bath, so I'm experiencing migraines and headaches since I'm 5 years old. And when I hear things like that, I'm always thinking they never had like a month's migraine day and night, because then it's somehow hard to believe or feel I'm not the body. But over the years, and also with what you said, and I've done that before, like cutting the story and just stay with the raw sensations, it's like, yeah, it's moving, and I cannot even say I suffer the pain often. I get up, I do my stuff. It's changed a lot, and I'm not sure if the pain changed. But I think there is somehow also belief, like, if I'm not that body, there shouldn't be pain, or why is still pain experienced? Even though, like I just said, when I really look into it, often it's not felt as pain. And so that's one thing. And the other thing is, like, with the body yes, body no. So sometimes I don't know, like right now I have a situation. I am invited to give a workshop far away, and flying 11 hours, that's like my body already says no, is too much. My limit is around 5-6 hours, and then my whole body starts to hurt. And also, I don't want to say no because of a fear of what might happen. But that makes it hard for me, because the proof is every time I fly longer, my body does hurt. And so that's for me the tricky part. Like, and then I feel like, oh, I'm so stuck in that story, and just go and see, maybe this time it's different. But I feel, so I don't know if this, when the body reacts, is that good to listen to and say, no, I'm not going to do it, because there is like my nerve system, everything starts to work? Or is it saying maybe you're just afraid of doing that and just do it? And often I'm just like challenging myself and I'm just doing it, but it feels like, yeah, I want to listen to myself, but also not being stuck in a story of maybe what happened in the past. And maybe the last thing, also going with that, why do we not believe our thoughts? And I'm a coach of the work of Byron Katie, so I know what a thought does, but then why do we say, look at the body, at the sensation, if apparently ultimately the body is not real either? So that's also a thing I'm trying to figure out. Or maybe that's along the feathers it will work out. I'm on the 5th. I wanted to catch up with you guys and doing the 6th, but I'm still in the force doing
Yeah, yeah,
the
no, yeah, no,
back again.
yeah. No, yeah. Oh my goodness. There's so many things in what you're saying. I can't address all of them, but there's so many things. I would definitely recommend you to go to work with the first feta. And when you have worked through the first, the second, and the third, go back and do the same sequence again. And if you can do the work that you know from Byron Katie, we might as well use what you already know. So if you can work with that and really question every single experience that you have, then you will be ready to move on to the fourth. But because there's so much identification in everything you say.
Mm.
There's a hook into a belief of a separate self. There's a hook into a belief of the pain body. And there's a hook into expectations which makes you immensely forceful. And all that needs to be looked at with loving eyes and with lots of compassion. When you,
Mhm.
for example, say that um that flying long and the body does hurt. So maybe you should just, say no, or you should, just, eat it. It's just gonna be painful and that's it. For that to be true, for that to be real, can only happen if you maintain the starting point. If you have a starting point with an expectation of when you fly 14 hours, you're sitting in your seat, and 14 hours later, you get off the seat and you are jumping as a little spring bunny because you feel great. If that is the expectation and that is how it is for you to fly, um, for that to happen, there is lots of expectations. There's not only that one expectation, there's lots of expectations in a sequence that is happening. Every single thing needs to be seen through. And when I mean seen through, it's not only understand it intellectually, it's into the body, felt into the body. Because for every single thing where you have, um, let's say, um, let's say that what is going to relieve your body is whistling happy tunes, and you think, I cannot sit and whistle 14 hours happy tunes on the flight. What will all the other people in the flight think? I cannot do that. That is looking into the second fetter of previous traumas, of you taking up space, of you feeling into the body, having your needs met. There's so many identification happening in every single sentence you said. Um, and by pushing through and wanting to be where the rest of the group is, it's we're nowhere. We're nowhere. It's not like somebody is ahead of you, and you are behind. You are.
No, I think I understand that. That's not like a thing. And also I feel I have like this connection with my being is here since I'm a child. And for example, this exercise we just did is very, I really feel like often there is no separation between me and the tree. It's just like one. It's really spacious. And then it's like both
But
here.
for example, it's the same with pain. It's the same with pain, that having an expectation about how things are supposed to be is giving you more pain. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I completely feel with you with having migraine since you were 5, because migraine is so debilitating. Any kind of chronic pain, it's so debilitating. It's I had Addison's. I was in an accident and I sustained a brain injury, and I got secondary Addison's disease and went in and out of Addison crisis multiple times. And every time I came out of a crisis, I was on very, very high medication. And when I started to go down in my medication, the body went into immense pain, immense pain. It was like feeling wind on my cheek, and it was like so painful. So I couldn't do anything. And I remember I was sitting, the only thing that I could do was at some point was to feel joy, was sitting in my garden feeding chopped up carrot to my worms in my garden, and sitting just watching the worms eat and be in now and now and now, and not having any kind of expectation of when I would be able to move, because I couldn't move. The body was in so
Mhm.
much pain, I couldn't move. So just, you know, sitting there, not having any expectation for anything to change ever, and the whole world was a little worm eating a carrot.
Mhm.
And that is detaching everything, detaching the physical meat suit, detaching, you know, any time, detaching anything. So there's nothing that can be any different and should be any different than the now
Mm.
is. So I understand pain. I understand pain. I understand what you mean with it. Um, where the feathers are useful for when you have pain, it's exactly what we talked about just before with setting everything free.
Mhm.
And what you're setting free is also your expectation of a sequence. So let's go back to the 14-hour flight. You need to question everything about your flight. So you have an idea of you sitting down in the seat. Sitting down in a seat can be many different things. It can be on a cushion, it can be cross-legged, it can be walking, getting up, walking back and forth in the aisle, it can be doing exercises in the galley, it can be so many different things. Having a little bouncing ball to massage your feet. They have a microwave in most planes. You can have a little heat pillow with you that you can use. You can have audio of inquiries that are looking into the body sensation right now, and no matter what is there, just allowing it to be. That it can be a 14-hour inquiry, non-stop inquiry of what is going on. It can be the most profound experience of your life, or it can be torturous and you should better stay home.
Mhm.
It's about setting everything free. And in order to do that, I would really recommend you to go really deep into the material in the first 3 feathers. So you unhook all expectation about what anything is, and really setting everything free, including your pain and including what the past used to be and what the future might be. And
So the body yes and the body no. It's not like having a good, spacious, good feeling about something, and that means I should do it, and then the contraction is telling me no, don't do it.
it is. And but the body yes, body no works when you no longer have any hooks into things being in a certain way.
Yes.
If
Okay.
you have any hooks into things being in a certain way, it's very easy to manipulate the body yes, body no.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I found a tricky one. Is a subtle one. I could see maybe the contraction is, are you afraid of giving this workshop because I've never done it? Is that an issue? So I inquire this thing. Yeah.
But the body yes, body no is for example, it's like the first thing that arises in your head. So what is your full name? Tell me your full name.
Petra,
Yeah, your full name.
Petra Freund.
Okay. And you're sitting in your house?
Yes.
Yes. And is it Friday today?
Yes.
Yes. Have you had a nice day so far?
Yes.
Okay. Are you afraid of going to the workshop? There was a pause. Your eyes, what your body just told me, yeah. Your eyes went, your blink rate went up and your
Yeah.
eyes started to go like that, which means that you are no longer in your direct experience. You went straight
I
up into
go to
the
the
head.
future. I went to the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing, you got nothing to do there. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which means that it's difficult for you to know. Well, you might actually know. How did it feel in your body when I said it? Did you get like a feeling of startleness, or did you get a yes, or did you get like no, 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 or what happened in your body? Do you remember?
When you said if I want to go to the workshop,
Yeah.
not that comfortable.
How did it feel? Was it a body yes or a body no? You're thinking too much.
It's I don't know. I felt like I don't know.
I have another quote that I always throw at people: when you're in doubt, you're not in doubt. If it's something that you need to talk yourself into,
Mm-hmm.
it's a no.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean, everybody who has bought a shirt and was in the store and going like, oh, this is a really nice shirt. I'm not really sure. Does it go with it? I'm not really sure. That's when the doubt, if you're in doubt, you're not in doubt. Don't buy the shirt. You're never going to wear it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have, if you're in doubt about going, you're not in doubt. You know
Mm.
it. You just want things, you want reality to be different than it is and wish that you could go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the thing what's coming up, the story with that is that I don't want to be trapped in the past and just say I can do it and prove to myself I just can go and do it.
That's forcefulness.
Yeah.
It's forcefulness. So I would ask you about your past and ask you how many times in your life had you had a very clear experience as a child and your parents gaslit you into saying that you really wanted to and you were really happy and that was good, or it's not your decision to make, it's my decision to make. Your will is in my pocket and all of those things. Where does that forcefulness come from?
I think it comes after giving birth to my son, and I couldn't move, and I was like, I almost died. And I could feel everything was challenging. Like I could not go to the supermarket myself. I could not do anything. And eventually said to myself, you just get up, you do it. The worst thing, you just die. But if you stay in bed, you're not living also. So every day I challenge myself to do things. And I also think that brought me back to life, but maybe maybe it was forceful as well.
But again, there's a difference, isn't there? Because if you say, I challenge myself every day to say, I'm going to do yoga every single day. That's one thing. Another thing is saying, I'm going to do a split right now and I'm going to forcefully do it, even if it takes me to the hospital. The worst thing that can happen is that I'm going to die. I mean, those two things do not add up.
No, it was, for example, I said, I'm gonna take my baby. I walked to the store, and even if at the store already, I was so tired and all the lights and everything was too much. So I just lay down in the store and I said, okay, then I just lay down in the store. But if I'm not going, so things like that I've done.
But that's exactly what I mean. That if it's done with a, there's a difference in finding the outer boundary, the outer periphery of the boundary. If you do it forceful or if you do it with compassion, there's a difference. Because
Mm.
I think we have, with the age that you and I have, we have all and everybody else here at the meeting. I just call all of you old, just so you know, that the age that we have, all of us have experienced that we at some point had to pick ourselves up by the bootstrap. That we have to go, okay, sweetheart, I know you're in pain. I know this is difficult. Come on, I love you. We can do this. And then you
Mm-hmm.
the compassion. But there's a
Mm-hmm.
difference in doing that and doing fucking hell, I'm gonna go to the store. But it's forcefulness.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
difference. There's a
yes,
difference. One is done
yes.
with full of compassion, and if I need to lie down in the store, we're gonna lie down in the store. I'm gonna be right with you. It's fine. There's a difference in that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of forcefulness ever. I'm a huge fan. I mean, love is my religion. You know, I'm a huge
Yes.
fan of
Mine too.
yeah, love and compassion all the way, all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to look at. I have it for others, but maybe not so much for myself
There
at
we
moments.
go.
I tell myself,
Yeah.
you just
Second feather
go,
that one.
you do it.
Yeah. Take that one to second feather and do inquiries about it. Find out
Mhm,
what is that underlying belief about. There's certain rules about Petra and other rules about other people. Think
mhm,
to that. Why is it that you think that certain rules apply to you and others to others? You know, take second feather it. Take it to the second feather and do inquiries and feel into it
mhm,
and allow whatever comes up to come up. And reach
mhm,
out to any of the beautiful people that are here if you want,
mhm,
somebody to just listen or be by your side in it.
mhm,
I'm sure everybody who's here would be there.
mhm. Very good.
Okay?
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to hearing the next episode of Petra.
Yes.
Good. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.